What's going on, people? Dude here. Now look, this is my third time doing this freaking video, right? Because I don't like editing. I just like to be able to give you to it raw. So if you don't like what I have said, done, or take a pinch of friggin' salt, would you please? Because, at the end of the day, I think the whole world's a little bit too friggin' sensitive if you ask me. So anyhow, welcome to my YouTube video. It is June the 20th, 2024, and I'm suffering with hay fever. So you're going to hear a lot of spluttering and sneezing in this video. If you don't like that, sorry, but the content's rich. I got some stories to tell you. You got to stay tuned. So in this video, I want to talk to you about the job market because it is up, it's rocking. It is a good time. If you are looking to get AIT, start applying. The jobs are there. If you're looking to move from permanent to contract and you're just basically him and hawing about it, stop pussy footing about it and just execute and do it. Okay? You need help? Ask me. I'm here for you. You know, I try to be your friend, but if you just go to be, you know, over analyzing it, you're just going to be dead in the water. Okay? Are you in a permanent position trying to be able to say, I really need more money because this inflation shit's killing me, or the bills are killing me, or you're going through a divorce, and now that that's settled, keywords, and you need more money because you need to pay for those expensive lawyers and shit like that, now is the time. Now is the time. So anyway, without further ado, let me tell you the story. So the story is that basically there's a lot of, excuse me, God, I feel like if I try to breathe underwater, I can't do it. Anyway, so you ready? The story is that basically there's a lot of people who are actually applying for jobs, getting offered the jobs, and basically, and this is permanent roles. And what will happen is that they will, the employer, if you can imagine, has to wait their notice period for, the potential employee of a month, 2 months, 3 months. And when the potential employee actually finally is about to be onboarded, on the day, you get a phone call about 10 o'clock to just basically say, look, I'm really sorry. I can't take the job. There's a grievance in my family, or my wife is terminally ill all of a sudden, or the person who's actually going to start gets their wife to call the employer to say, I'm really sorry, but John is sick, can't go, can't start work, or there's something wrong and he's in a hospital. Some bizarre stuff. Some really bizarre stuff. So the point I'm just trying to make is that, and it's, I thought this was going to happen. What was happening is that because a lot of businesses try to get labor as cheap as possible. Now that they've continued with that trend when the market's creeping up, what's happened is that those folks have accepted the job, but then are using your job offer to the job that they really want to say, hey, I've already got a job offer at let's say 60. I really like your place and everything, work and everything. If you want me to come for you, can you increase your offer from 60 to 70? And that's happening. That's happening in the market. So you got a lot of those like counter offers and everything going around and stuff like that, but that's permanent. Now, what's happening in the contract world is that when those roles basically are being done and the business is like dying for this project to commence and they're hoping for this person to actually come on board to start the actual friggin' work, they're like, look, we can't, there's no point waiting anymore. Let's get a contractor in. Let's get somebody in to actually do this work for us that we're down to execute on. And we'll keep looking for a permanent person while we got the contractor on to roll the ball, to roll the ball, so to speak. So you're seeing a lot of that happening, right? And you know why? Because times have changed. Okay. All those people that thought that they were going to get cheap labor, it's no more. Because you had a huge backlog of frigging projects that just basically were on the slow burner. And people didn't know if they were going to have like money to invest. But because IT is like the lifeblood of a friggin' business, you can't just stifle all that because then your business stifles, and then your competitors are getting the upper hand on you because basically you guys didn't grow your kahunas big enough to like take a chance and execute. You got to take risk. If you're not taking risk, you're not growing. If you're not growing, what's the point? You gotta keep going. Anyway, and that's the same thing with us, right? You and me, we need to keep growing, right? We need to keep studying. We need to keep being hungry for knowledge and stuff like that. But just remember what I always say. Only be interested or only be executing on what is popular. Because if you're looking to do tech that's trendy, like say for example, okay, you've got I don't know, something weird that's out there that's like Nutanix, for example. Nutanix is not something that's popular, but it's a contender for replacing VMware. But if you were to actually try to study Nutanix, you're taking a big chance, but you can see more jobs for VMware than you are in Nutanix because VMware is more popular. So what would you study? The more popular thing, right? When the trendy thing or the niche thing starts to get popular, but you keep your eye on the prize, then you start to experiment with Nutanix, So that's what you got to do. That's just one example. Anyhow, where was I going with this? So what's popular or what was popular was Azure DevOps or DevOps. So what I'm seeing now in the market is that you don't have much, how do you say now? You don't have much DevOps jobs going. You've got more platform engineer jobs going because I think basically the industry again has caught it on to say, this thing DevOps, yeah, it's just a niche word. It's just a buzzword. Just because I employ somebody as a DevOps person doesn't all of a sudden poof you get DevOps happening. That's not, it's a culture thing. You know what I mean? You, me get it. You know what I mean? We're engineers. We get this stuff. But, the businesses, not really. The managers, not really. Because while they're playing golf and they're talking to the buddy and they say, hey, guess what? I got DevOps going on. Oh, yeah, how do you do that? Oh, I just hire a bunch of DevOps engineers, get them to do it. That's not the case. It's a culture thing. Someone's need to wake the F up. Anyhow, so let me share my screen. Let me just crack on with it. What screen is this? Screen three. And I do apologize if I'm distorting your ear while I'm talking to you, but I am suffering with hay fever and I'm not having a good time with it. But I haven't posted for a while and I thought, let's post. So look, here's Azure DevOps, right? Now just remember what I always say, there's some duff jobs going on. These guys are oh yeah, see, this to me is a fake job. Let's talk about spot a fake job. Firstly, this company, I see a lot of the times they're posting fake jobs, you know, and it's just that there's not hardly any detail here. It's just like, you know, within AI, Azure DevOps, Python, machine learning. Now, this is popular tech, right? And what I've seen is that I apply for jobs like that. My buddies apply for jobs like that, like over 10 people. Not once do you hear anybody respond. Not once. And if this is a live job, I stand corrected. But so far, you guys have not responded. Anyway, that's how you spot. That's to me how you spot a duff job. This job I looked at earlier, a little bit more detail, not as much, gotta admit. But I'm focusing on basically what they're saying about DevOps. So if I look at this category DevOps, the tool here is Azure, Bicep, YAML. Okay, so you need YAML for power for pipelines and stuff. PowerShell, that's a given. CI/CD, there's no mention of Terraform, which is more popular, so this is more of a Microsoft job. But they want somebody who's got CI/CD pipelines, migration work, alongside expansion of the Azure DevOps platform and much more. Woohoo! Now, there's only 161 jobs of those applied, right? That's it for perm, 358. Let's take off the CV harvested ones, 292. Okay? But not a lot. Now check this out. when I go for platform engineer, take a look-sees. Okay, permanent 1,926. That's a sweet amount of jobs being posted. Okay, take off 100, what, 1,772 possibly CV harvested jobs. But look, you know, it's picking up. Oh, looky, looky. Azure Security Platform Engineer, 100 grand. Platform Engineer, 7085. I would see jobs like this being posted for like 30, 40 grand. Senior Platform Engineer, 100 to 130. Hands-on, PowerShell, 2 to 3 days. Everything's negotiable. You don't need to be in the office that much. Olive Bernard, usually live jobs. Give it a go. Apply. You're worth it. You know, just if you got a year's experience in any of those skills, apply. People will pay for the people they like, not for your experience, for the people they like. Okay, let's look at contract for Azure Platform Engineer. Okay, I looked at this job earlier. Can you remember what we were looking at before when it came to the pipelines for the Azure DevOps role? So check this out. I assume this role is live, right? But it's just like in-depth experience in Azure cloud infrastructure, same as a DevOps. Proficiency in Windows and Linux, same as a DevOps. Strong experience for networking protocols and services, same as a DevOps. Scripting with PowerShell, we heard that one on the other DevOps job. And Bash, a very DevOps tool of the scripting language. And familiarity with CI/CD pipelines like Azure DevOps. The tooling that you have to use for DevOps. Is this not a DevOps job being advertised? Yeah. But why do they call it platform engineering? I'll tell you why. Because DevOps is just a buzzword floating around. You know, there's no true definition of what DevOps really is. You can't just say that you're a DevOps person and just be DevOps. It's just not the place. It's just not the case, sorry. It's DevOps is a way of working. It's like saying that you're doing Agile, you're doing Scrum and stuff like that. The point I'm just trying to make is that it's just buzzwords, boys and girls. Don't believe in the hype. Just try to understand that if you've got the skills, apply for it. But the same tooling used in DevOps is the same tooling they use as a platform engineer. Let's talk about remote. Remote to me is here to stay. Okay. And the thing is that there's this big hee-haw, you-haw, whatever it is that people are talking about. Well, I want to go to the office or I want to stay at home and work. It they're usually the people who are actually debating that in typically, not all the time, it's those people who are like fresh out of university or first time jobs or whatever it is. They want to be able to go to the office so that they could pally with some people and learn and network. And nothing wrong with that. But what's happening is that us old timers, well, I'm not friggin' old, but in the computer world these days, people who are in their 40s like me with gray hair and balding and you know, and a tank basically are considered old in the market, but we are valuable because we have a lot of background knowledge in IT, like classic networking and stuff like that. But the point I'm just trying to make is that we want to work more remote. Why? Really simple. We simply want to be able to spend time with our family, and time with our friends who are real friends to us. And then the other thing is that we want to be able to enjoy the house that we paid this huge mortgage for, you know? Because if you're a person like me who's been caught up with the increase in interest rates, well, if you got something so expensive, you want to enjoy it. So remote, as long as you got people like me who want it, it's going to be here. And there's more jobs, more remote jobs being advertised than before, which is lovely. So anyway, where was I? Yeah. So back to this. So the market's on the up, all right? And if you're having problems basically landed a job, you shouldn't. I'll be very surprised that you're having issues not getting interviews or anything of the sort. But, hey, if you want to grow, join my community. More than willing to help you. But just word of caution. If you are not a person who I could work with and you're not actually serious to contributing to the team or, to the networking people, we don't want you. You're gonna have to come and take it seriously and have some goals and ambitions. We just don't want people who are just going to coast into the group. Anyway, that's it. That's me done. Enjoy your holidays, enjoy your summertime, enjoy whatever you're freaking doing. Just enjoy it. But, you know, there's no problem right now in getting a job. Do the dude out. Have a good night, people. I'm out. I'm done. I think this is it. Cut. I'm not doing another video.